show to you the orchids that we have in bloom for the month of July. Here in the left we have the Miltonidium Bartley Schwartz White. This is a very rewarding orchid. It is an oncidium type and it produces very big flashes of blooms, as you can see. The base color is white and it has a bit of cherry color on the petals and sepals with a lot of spots. She is very fragrant. It has a sweet smell, a bit artificial, but very beautiful, and it can be felt at about maximum half a meter away. If you go further, you will not smell it anymore. Here we have African Violet, which is potted in a semi-hydro kind of type of pot, let's say, and it is growing very well. I have actually another one in here. This one is a bit more beautiful, and another type of plant. I am not sure how it is called, but it is the same type of system. Anyway, here we have the Brandy Isla. She is so fragrant. My whole living room smells like this orchid. I don't even think that she needs a presentation. She is gorgeous. This is the probably #1 most mass-produced orchid. And this is because she is so beautiful and fragrant. Mine seems to be quite healthy. She has very plump pseudobulbs, although right now they have a bit of wrinkles. I'm not sure how good is the medium. I need to water it today. And she smells like lemons. Very beautiful. I really like her scent. Here we have a Cattleya which does seem to have faded away. I did snapped a few blooms because they were fading. I managed to ID her. I will put you pop-up with the blooms in full bloom. It is the Cattleya Chian Ocean Tree. Weird name, but she is gorgeous. She seems to bloom as the leaf unfolds, and that is quite nice. I will actually take very good care of her, and next season she will look much better, because we can see that the orchid is a bit unruly, not very happy, and I think it has a bit of a deficiency, but we will correct that. I also managed to identify this beauty as Miltonia Goodale Moor Golden Wonder. Weird name, but she is healthy and beautiful. She is also a bit fragrant, yes, but I cannot really describe her scent. A bit sweet and a bit artificial. Next we have this beautiful Vanda orchid. I managed to put her in a glass vase. And this is the Vanda Kalapana Delight Sunrise. Now recently I have discovered that she is actually a fragrant Vanda, and that is amazing, because most Vandas with the big blooms are not fragrant. And I really love the texture of the blooms. They are a bit waxy, they have a very good texture. We can see the blooms are quite large, and the base color is yellow, while these spots are a very dark reddish. And the scent is you only can feel the scent when you put your nose into the bloom, but it reminds me of propolis, I believe. I'm not very sure, but it is a very delightful scent. Next we have this beautiful Phalaenopsis Organ. This is yet an OID. If you have any idea about her ID, let me know. I am still trying to find it. She is also fragrant, which is amazing. It has a very light floral scent, which can be felt during the daytime, but it is faint. It is not very powerful. The orchid is super healthy, and yeah, I cannot wait to repot her, but I will wait for the blooms to fade, and that will take quite a lot more time, because I still have buds, and she is continuing to grow the spikes, which is quite amazing. I believe I have even 100 flowers on these, and they will continue to grow. I'm very happy I have her. Here we have the Bolero Star. This one has a light spicy scent, not very powerful. All the blooms have opened now. This is a newly purchased. It was actually a gift, and yeah, I'm happy to have it. I wasn't really wanted. I wouldn't have bought it if it was not a gift, but she is very gorgeous. She's pretty, and I really love the spidery shape of the blooms. Next we have here that peachy Cattleya, and I have recently discovered she is infested with thrips, so I will need to spray this whole section. But yeah, they are quite intelligent, to say like that. If they feel any movement, they will hide, and they can run quite fast. So I never managed to catch them on camera, but I did see them a few times when I was trying to move as slow as I could. Next we have this beautiful Miltoniopsis brilliantina. She is still in bloom, and she has been in bloom for the past 3 months, I believe. One of the blooms have recently faded, and I think this one will follow soon, because I have actually repotted the orchid into a new mixture in there. And this is a test because a company sent me some products to test them out. You know, usually I don't put Miltoniopsis in bark medium, but as they sent me the product to test it, I did agree, and that was the mixture from Dr. Soil, which is quite interesting. Next in here we have my Vanda Pachara Blue. It is very gorgeous. She is still in bloom after so much time. She has been in bloom for the past month and a half, I believe. So that is quite nice. This is a rebloom, and she had 2 more blooms, but they have already faded, so I don't think this one will last for much longer. Here we have the Phalaenopsis indiana. This one has right now they look kind of pinkish, but when they are freshly opened, they have a much reddish tint to the blooms. Very nice, mini Phalaenopsis multiflora like. She has a very good root system. And there in the back we have the Phalaenopsis Las Vegas with her gorgeous rusty colors. She has a lot of yellow and orange kind of colors, very beautiful. This one, the Phalaenopsis indiana, it is actually fragrant during the daytime. It has lemony kind of scent, but not very strong. You can only feel it if you put your nose into the bloom. Not at all like the Nelly Isla, of course. Here we have the Phalaenopsis Little Calibri. She has a lot of buds and blooms, and this is quite interesting. You see how the color is right now? Well, look at this. This is a newer bloom, and this is a lot more greenish and beautiful. Yeah. In here we have no ID Phalaenopsis. Let me know if you know her ID. She is very beautiful. This is an orchid which I received from my mother, and I have recently transplanted her into a bigger pot, and she is also growing a little cakey. There in the back we have the Phalaenopsis Harlequin with 4 buds. It is a branch of the original spike. She is finally getting to be healthier, because for 1 year she didn't want it to grow any roots, but now she is doing okay. Here we have that Phalaenopsis Teodoro spike, which I really thought it would not be this long, because if I would have known it will be this long, I would have staked it. I wanted to have more let's say, natural look, a pendant type of spike, but it seems that it still wants to grow. This is the first bud which is starting to form in here, and I am quite sure it will grow at least 10 more centimeters, so it is quite long. Look at, I'm trying to put my hand next to it so you can see how long it is. So yeah. Alrighty, and in here we have the Brassavola yellow bird. Sorry, with her gorgeous blooms. These ones are starting to fade now. They have been in bloom for the past month, I think, a month and a half maybe, and she has many more buds to come. She is so beautifully fragrant during the night time. I absolutely love her, and I think in total I have about 30 or 40 buds and blooms. It is a pity she doesn't open all the blooms at the same time, so I can do a proper ID video. Maybe these ones will be opened when this one will be completely faded, and then we will have a more beautiful display. She has a very spicy, sweet and flowery kind of scent during the night time, so I really love that. In here we have the last two blooms from my Dendrobium Stardust Firebird. Very pretty orchid, and I will do actually a care tutorial for this particular orchid because it has some special requirements. Here we have a pink Cattleya, which I have bought about 6 months ago, and look at that. She has 2 buds in here. She has another 2 buds in there. She has another growth here with a sheet, which will produce also some buds because I can see them with the flashlight, and here another 2. So I will have a total of 8 buds, but this orchid has beautiful big pink flowers and fragrant. So I'm really looking forward into that. And look at these. Look how beautiful they are. In the left, it is my Cattleya Chian Loddisong Summer Beauty. She is very beautiful. The blooms are large. This is the first time I managed to rebloom her, and they are very beautifully scented. I think they remind me of I don't know how to call that flower in English, but I will put a pop-up on the screen with the name. And right here we have the Cattleya. What is your name? Cattleya Siam Jade. This is gorgeous. Look at the blooms. They are very unusual, they are waxy, and they are so fragrant. This one actually competes with the fragrance from my Zygo Petalum, so you can just imagine how fragrant that orchid is. I really love that scent. It has a creamy, floral, powdery scent, really beautiful, and it actually reminds me of Brassavola orchids. So that is quite nice. This is the first time the orchid produces 3 blooms for me. She blooms reliably each year, and I think she can produce up to 7 blooms, and this one can produce up to 9 blooms. So that is quite nice. Here we have the first blooming of this orchid. Cattleya Maxima. It is an orchid species and has such a beautiful lilies kind of scent. I really love this one. I was honestly expecting to have a much stronger fragrance. She's very fragrant, but maybe because she is next to these ones, which are more powerful. I don't know, but the blooms are gorgeous. I did not expect them to be so large. Look at this. Look at these beautiful big blooms. They have a purple color, the sepals and petals. I have some veining in here, very attractive, but the lip is absolutely gorgeous. She has this veining with many shades of purple, and here we have like a landing spot for her pollinators. Yeah, and all around the lip we have this oh, by the way, look at how frilly is the lip. So it is surrounded by a lighter color, very beautiful. Here we have the Zygopetalum Rosy Blue, which is amazingly fragrant. It has 5 blooms, and it reminds me of how it is called in English. I don't remember that either. Anyway, it is very fragrant. It fills my entire house with its beautiful fragrance. These orchids can be extremely fragrant if you keep them in very bright light, which I am doing right now. And here is this gorgeous plant. I'm not sure how you call it in English, I forgot, but she has so many blooms. It has been raining lately, so some blooms have faded prematurely. They don't look as good as they should have, but some are more recent openings. And this is a type of plant which grows pendulous and produces gorgeous blooms. Okay, and here it is the Dendrobium Sankol Blue. The blooms are absolutely gorgeous. Some of them are starting to show signs of fading, but I'm sure this orchid will be in bloom for at least 2 more weeks. And here we have another cane which I'm sure will produce a spike of its own, so I'm quite happy. Here it is the Dendrobium, and I think this is not the Thailand Black. I think it's more the Dendrobium Purple Happiness, because well, that is what it looks to me. It is very beautiful. The blooms are a bit more attractive, I believe, than the Blue Happiness, because on these petals we have a pointy end, so they are really beautiful. And this is the type of orchid which produces very long spikes with a lot of blooms as it gets more and more healthy. And in here we have most probably the last orchid which we have in bloom. This is the Zygopetalum Blue Angel. This is another very fragrant Zygopetalum, and unfortunately it catched a disease of some sort, and I cannot really say to you which one it was, but I want to show to you exactly how it looks like. So we have some purple, some orangish, maroonish spots which at first appeared on this bulb, and it was without a reason. First of all, the new growth started to rot, as we can see, but I did not drop water inside of it. Look at that, it has rotted away, from which these 2 spikes came. Of course they didn't develop a lot, but when I have seen that the blooms and the spikes are not fading, I thought, okay, this must be a singular case, and if the blooms are not fading, that means that the orchid can overcome her disease. And that is true. Here on this pseudobulb we have the same situation, but it is very interesting that the disease has not spread neither more on the pseudobulb and neither on the next pseudobulbs. And yeah, I'm not sure what to say. I did not overwater it. I did not left water in the new growth, and she was not kept in a cold environment, so I really don't know what happened. So I just thought I would observe her, and yeah, for now I see wrinkles are starting to appear, which means that the pseudobulb will dry off naturally. It is not watery, it is not soft in any way, so I will just let the orchid do its thing, and if I feel it becomes mushy, I will remove them and I will show to you how. But until then, we are observing the disease, and we will see. Her blooms are really gorgeous though, and I hope I will not lose her, because she is a gorgeous and healthy plant. She has a lot of roots. Right now I am keeping her on the dryish side, just in case it was a problem in the root system. And I am happy to see a few wrinkles on the older pseudobulbs. that means that my method is functioning. If this is a bacterial type of rot, the last thing you want to do it is to water too much the orchid. So that is what we are doing right now. I will not yet repot her because I want to observe what it is happening. Okay guys, so this has been the video for today. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you very much for watching and see you all next time. Bye!